safely past the last frost date here in South Carolina, so it's time to plant that stuff that we couldn't inside, corn and watermelon. Hey everybody, welcome to Yellow Dog Farm. Our garden is a pretty small space for the tractor, but it's all we've got for the tiller. So you can see that it's bringing up a real nice bed there for the watermelon and the corn. We're putting this down in an area of our garden that of course doesn't have raised beds, but is just adjacent to them. So we went ahead and tilled away, and you'll see us jockeying the tractor as we try to figure all this out. Our tractor is a John Deere 5075E. We're super happy with it. It gives us a ton of flexibility, and because we are in such a tiny space, tilling all this compost in, we went ahead and took the bucket off the front of the tractor, so that's just one less thing to worry about hitting. Our little hobby farm is our pride and joy, and we just love sharing it with those that may get help from watching the videos. So if you do like them, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. Thanks so much. The compost surprisingly left some mounds behind when we tilled, since I hadn't spread it evenly. So we went ahead and put the land planer on the back of the tractor to smooth it out a little bit. It sort of worked, sort of didn't. It moved the dirt around a little bit. We still ended up getting out there with the rake and moving it to our liking, but it was certainly worth a try rather than breaking our backs trying to move a ton of dirt. So maybe next time we'll try out our rake that we have for the back of the tractor and see if that works out better. So I just know that it's so much easier to do something like this than do it by hand. Last year, we went ahead and tried planting in this area and were quickly overwhelmed by weeds. We didn't understand when we tilled up the garden that the grass would just come back even stronger. So we're putting down weed cloth this year, and you can see it's really a four-handed effort. If you don't do it this way and you try to do it by yourself, what happens is it just turns into a giant 3-foot sail, and you end up chasing yourself all the way around. You can see some dirt on top of the earlier pieces that are darker color. We had a tornado come through last week, and believe it or not, it took up all the weed cloth that we had previously put down. So that was a bit of a bummer, but we went ahead and got the rest of this put down. So we're going to go just far enough to do the watermelon. Both of us really love sweet corn, so we're going to try and plant a bunch of it this year. It's hard to keep the rows straight and know what you're doing unless you actually lay everything out and know where the corn's going to go. So that's what we're doing here. We went ahead and decided to put the rows 18 inches apart, and we're covering up the rest of this open area that's in our garden here. It's a bit of an odd wedge shape, so the rows don't line up exactly with the way that the watermelon is going to be to the left there where the weed cloth is, but that's okay. So we're hoping that we're going to get a couple hundred ears of corn this year. We're putting the seeds down every foot along each of those rows that you see in front of you there. So Diane very patiently put them down into the ground, She's got a little stick that's just about a foot long, so that helps her with spacing, and she's getting the seed in there. So once we get all the seed in and planted, then we'll go ahead and spray it down with some water and get that stuff germinating. So hopefully late this summer, we're going to have some awful nice sweet corn ready for us. The drip irrigation system has just worked out fantastic for our garden. You can just go ahead and turn it on and do other things while it's watering all the different flowers and raised beds and whatnot. But unfortunately, the weak point is right where the hose hooks up to the low pressure regulator. So unfortunately, the Y that connects to all that failed. So right here, I'm putting in an additional post, and I'm building a little support system that actually keeps the weight of the hose off of the Y and the pressure reducer. So that is the weak point of it, as I said. And so this, you'll see I'll use something highly technical, some baling twine, to go ahead and take the pressure off of that Y when the hose leans into it. So I've had it up and running now for about 30 or 40 days, and it just kind of gave up the ghost with all the pressure leaning against it for that time. So I was really eager to test out the system that you see behind with all the different pieces, so I had to stop and put up this support so that I could continue. Well, that's it for part one. Thanks for watching, and join us again while we finish off this watermelon patch and extend the watering system and get the seeds in the ground. We hope this video helps and that you like it, and will subscribe to our channel.